Comparing the Mercedes-Benz EQE-SUV to the Volvo ES90 pits two distinct automotive philosophies against each other. While the Mercedes is a traditional midsize luxury SUV focused on cutting-edge cabin theater and buttery-smooth ride quality, the brand-new Volvo ES90 shakes things up as a genre-bending, low-slung, ultra-premium electric fastback/hatchback sedan that sits on an SUV platform. The core differences highlight how these two vehicles balance tech, performance, and everyday usability. Interior packaging, tall utility versus stretched lounge. While both vehicles feature roughly the same overall length, 196 inches for Mercedes, 197 inches for Volvo, they allocate that space completely differently. Mercedes-Benz EQE-SUV. The driver experience. Up front, you sit high with a traditional SUV command view. The optional MBUX hyperscreen wraps three displays under a single 56-inch curved piece of glass. It is visually dramatic, though the menu structures can sometimes feel overwhelming. Cargo and versatility. It offers 55.0 cubic feet of cargo space with the rear seats folded flat. However, because Mercedes opted for an aggressively sloped, aerodynamic rear roofline, tall or boxy cargo items can struggle to fit despite the SUV designation. It does not have a front trunk. Volvo ES90. The driver experience. You sit significantly lower to the ground, but with a slightly higher step-in than a traditional sedan, giving it a unique cross-sedan feel. The dash is anchored by a vertical 14.5-inch tablet running a native Google built-in ecosystem that is cleaner, faster, and much more intuitive to use than Mercedes software. The executive lounge. The ES90 uses a massive 122-inch wheelbase, nearly 4 inches longer than the EQE-SUV. Volvo directed almost all of this extra space into the rear row. In the Ultra trim, the rear features dual-power reclining luxury lounge seats with massage, ventilation, and a massive executive center armrest. The liftback design. While it looks like a sedan, the rear glass opens like a giant hatchback. You get 44.4 cubic feet of maximum cargo space with the seats folded down. Plus, unlike the Mercedes, the Volvo features a 22-liter frunk to isolate your muddy charging cables. Cabin vibe and technology. Digital theater versus Scandinavian comm. Inside, the two brands offer entirely opposite environments. Mercedes EQE-SUV. It is highly focused on digital opulence. You can opt for the massive, pillar-to-pillar MBUX hyperscreen that spans the entire dashboard. The ambient lighting is hyper-customizable, 64 colors, and the ride quality on the optional airmatic air suspension feels like floating on a cloud. Volvo ES90. True to its roots, the ES90 features a minimalist, tranquil, Scandinavian living room look. It uses clean lines and highly sustainable premium materials. Its tech centers around a vertical 14.5-inch tablet powered by Google built-in, native Maps, Assistant, and Play Store. It also features a roof-mounted LiDAR bump for next-generation safety scanning. Design and body style. Crossover versus sleek fastback. The choice comes down to form factor. The EQE-SUV gives you a standard, high-riding utility vehicle shape. It has excellent small item storage in a taller greenhouse, making it feel very open. The Volvo ES90 is built on the same architecture as Volvo's large X90 SUV, but squished down into a sleek, lower executive sedan footprint. It uses a hatchback-style liftback rear window rather than a traditional trunk, giving it surprising utility while maintaining a sleek, aerodynamics-focused silhouette. Charging and battery. Volvo's 800V Edge. The biggest technical differentiator is underneath the floor. The Mercedes EQE-SUV still runs on a 400V system, maxing out at 170 kilowatts DC fast charging. The Volvo ES90 steps up the game with an advanced 800-volt electrical architecture. Armed with an optional 106 kilowatt-hour battery pack, the Volvo can pull up to 350 kilowatts at a compatible charger. This cuts your highway charging stops from over half an hour down to roughly 22 minutes. Both vehicles feature standard NACS adapters for easy access to the Tesla supercharger network. Passenger comfort. Front row versus chauffeur style. The Mercedes offers maximum headroom and cargo volume, prioritizing standard SUV utility. However, the ES90 boasts a stretched wheelbase relative to gas-powered luxury sedans, translating into massive rear seat legroom. In fact, Volvo treats the rear of the ES90 like an executive lounge, offering dual reclining rear chairs that are independently heated and cooled. The verdict: choose the Mercedes EQE-SUV if you want a classic luxury family crossover with standard SUV cargo flexibility, a plush air ride, and flashy, screen-heavy dashboard tech. Choose the Volvo ES90 if you want to stand out from the sea of SUVs with a fast, ultra-quiet executive fastback that charges much faster on long road trips and pampers rear seat passengers. Powertrain, real-world range, and charging architecture. The underlying battery and motor technology highlights a major generation gap between these two platforms. Mercedes-Benz EQE-SUV, the proven cruiser. Battery and range: uses a 90.6 kWh usable battery pack. The EQE350 Plus RWD claims an EPA range of around 279 miles, while the dual-motor AWD versions drop closer to 250 to 265 miles. The 400V bottleneck: it features a standard 400-volt architecture capping DC fast charging at 170 kilowatts. In optimal conditions, a 10% to 80% charge takes roughly 31 to 32 minutes. The AMG factor: if raw straight-line speed is your metric, the AMG EQE-SUV delivers up to 617 horsepower, or 677 HP with temporary boost, pushing it from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a blistering 3.4 seconds. Volvo ES90, the new 800V benchmark. Battery and range: features a newer, more energy-dense 92 kWh pack, usable, on the base model, and a massive 106 kWh pack on twin-motor variants. Because of its lower, aerodynamic fastback profile, it cuts through the air much better than the blocky EQE-SUV, allowing it to yield up to 435 miles on the optimistic WLTP cycle, estimated around 300 to 330 miles EPA. The 800V advantage: the ES90 is Volvo's first vehicle built with 800-volt architecture. It can handle up to 350 kilowatts of DC fast charging power. At a high-speed charger, it goes from 10% to 80% in just 22 minutes, saving you 10 minutes per road trip stop over the Mercedes. Performance: the base single-motor RWD pushes 329 HP, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.7 seconds, while the top-tier twin-motor performance matches the AMG with an output of 670 HP, rushing from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds.